Hey, it's Blake here, and I want to talk to you about some of the biggest myths involving sports cards, specifically singles, specifically on eBay, because there's a lot of misconceptions out there, and a lot of the content produced caters towards the investors, towards the people who are really doing on a large volume or large scale, and not necessarily people like you or myself who enjoy the hobby immensely, want to make some money off of it, but do not view it as a means of getting rich or securing a retirement or any of that kind of stuff. So just for total transparency, last year I made about $3,500 profit selling cards. I bought them for dirt cheap. That's how I made that money. My average sale price was like $6, I think, around there. So I'm not by any means the largest card seller, but I do it on a volume that pays, let's see, what costs that much money? My health insurance. Pays for my health insurance. Could potentially pay for your car bill, stuff like that. Like, so not an insignificant sum of money, but I think I'm a totally different style of seller than somebody who's really trying to like move the markets, as they say. So the first myth that I want to talk about is that shipping, it's impossible. You can't make money off of it. You're never going to sell these cheap cards because shipping just costs too dang much. And sure, if you're going to the post office and you are buying postage from the store clerk, the counter, yeah, of course, that you're going to be losing money. But what eBay allows you to do is buy eBay envelope shipping. So it just goes in a little envelope like this. I think they're size 0. I buy these envelopes at Walmart for $5 for 100. They're number 6 envelopes, not number 0. You pay 3 cents per envelope. You put them in a top loader, and then you mail them off. If you add an extra $1 to your cost of your cards, either through an additional shipping charge or just you boost the prices by $1, you're pretty much going to have all your fees and shipping covered, with the exception of like high value cards. Now these envelopes only work for cards below $20. Anything more than that, you will have to pay for first class shipping. But again, of all the cards I sold last year, I don't know, like 3 were over $20. I sold one graded card. I sold an AJ Hawk PSA 10 rookie for $50. I paid $15 for it. That was my only card that absolutely 100% I can tell you for sure I had to do first class mail on. Everything else, if there were cards, I can't remember them. It's totally possible just to ship in envelopes and make a little bit of money, not get rich, but certainly pay for your hobby. The second myth is also about the hobby, and it's that you can make really good money by opening up a retail packs and selling all the cards, because like in a lot of people's heads, they go, oh, there's 40 cards in that blaster box. If I sell every card for $1, I'm going to make $15 or however much you're buying these blaster boxes for. Okay, not a bad idea. You're on the right track, but it's just there's not the demand for a lot of those low value cards. Typically, the only cards that I'm selling are going to be rookie cards, parallels, Hall of Fame players, or occasionally weird niche players. Like I'll sell fullbacks and kickers, or if there's like, for example, a really good offensive tackle. I can't think of even an example of that. Like I've sold like Tony Baselli cards. I've sold Young Wei Koo cards. I've sold Alec Ingold cards, but those make up maybe 1% of all the cards I sell. Overwhelmingly, everything else is either relic cards, I forgot to say that, rookies, parallels, or like Hall of Fame guys, or guys who are going to be in the Hall of Fame, or guys who have a really good shot at being in the Hall of Fame. Like, for example, if you want to sell like a Matt Ryan base card from the 2023 Prestige set, good luck with that. And you're going to get a lot of those. Like, sure, you can buy these retail packs and chase the rookies, and right before or after the draft, or right before or after the season starts, or right before or after the Super Bowl, you're going to have a good shot of moving those cards at a pretty serious profit. But if you want to make money off retail boxes, your best bet is to sell the boxes whole, not rip them and piece the cards out. What you want to do alternatively is buy large sets. And I don't know if I have a video on that, but that's how I get most of my cards, is I buy out people's collections. The next myth is that every card has to be graded or deserves to be graded. And this is kind of me getting in my own personal area. So like during the height of the card craziness in 2020, I had a guy want to return a card. It was like a 2020 Tua score rookie because the card was not centered and he was going to grade it. And it was like a $2 card. I just refunded him, I'm pretty sure. But like, I know what happened. He got the card. He pulled out his little gem card grader right here that tells you how centered the card is. And he goes, oh, this is only going to be a 9, not a 10. I need 10s. When what I really wanted to say to him was, dude, if you really want to score 2022 a rookie, PSA 10, just buy one pre-graded. It costs less than $20. You know, so many, with how perfect production of cards has become over the past few years. You know, a population of 10,000 on like a score to a PSA 10, that's not how many it is, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it just kind of doesn't, there's no value in it. Not every card needs to be graded to make money. Not every card deserves to be graded. That's kind of a controversial opinion, maybe. Who knows? There's tons of cards that their sole purpose for existence is to be in sets or to be in collections or people because they like them. Who knows why people buy cards? Some guys buy cards to cut the players out and use them to make art projects. It's you know, there's a huge market for all these things. So no, you don't just have to be in the ultra rare exclusive investment world, which is actually the fourth myth, is that investors are the only way to go. Yes, that's most of the content out there is about investment cards and securing your retirement and making 60 grand by tricking some rube into paying 8 times market value for a PSA 10 population 1, yada, yada, yada. Listen, that's all great content. They're making a lot of money doing it. That's their job. That's what they do. I resell things full time. I totally get it. I do not approach video games and books and media and collectibles and jewelry with the same attitude that I approach trading and sports cards with. I understand that totally. I'm just saying that if you want to have a hobby that, again, pays for some minor part of your life, a new car, health insurance, maybe you got a really cheap house. I don't know. I'm just saying that there's more than one way to skin a cat. Especially if you've got different goals for your business. And the fifth myth is that it's too late to start. That ship has sailed. You know, interest in the hobby is dwindling. You're going to lose all your money. And so that's a double-edged sword. That's the wrong metaphor, but you understand what I'm saying. There's two sides of that coin. Better metaphor. Yes, interest is dwindling. Interest is dwindling. Interest is waning. Interest is waning. There are fewer people who are going to overspend on cards, but also there are tons of people who want to sell their collections. They're no longer intrigued by the hobby, and they will auction off entire collections or sell them locally to you at enormously discounted prices. My best buy ever occurred in 2021. I bought 3,000 cards for like 6 cents a piece. All of those cards already in top loaders. That's like basically just buying the top loaders. There are deals like that out there. You will make thousands of dollars on those deals. But the flip side is yes, it might take a bit longer to sell those cards individually than it would have 2 or 3 years ago. That does not mean that the ship has sailed. There are new innovations in the card industry every single year. I'm seeing more and more about that card listing automation that scans the card and then through AI and machine learning can organize your collection and list it that way. That's going to make selling these singles so much more scalable. And I would even go as far as to say, like, once that becomes mainstream, all the people who think it's too late to get into the market now are going to be kicking themselves, because that's really when you're going to see a lot of people buying up enormous amounts of inventory. And that's where we're at. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like selling cheap old cards like I do, or new cards, cheap cards in general, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.